Hello everyone, welcome back to Think Outside the Board and another edition of the Crowdfunding Roundup. This is the first edition of September 2023. And in this video, I'm going to be taking a look at all of the board game campaigns that launched between August 30th and September the 5th that I think are worthy enough to pass along to you. There are 9 different campaigns I'd like to share with you today. As always, my videos are tabbed or bookmarked so you can scroll over the play bar, see exactly the content that you're looking for, and go right to that content. Also, if any of these campaigns strike a chord with you, you can go down into the description section below, click on the link to the campaign, and it will take you right there. I believe today we have 3 campaigns that we're looking at on Gamefound and 6 campaigns on Kickstarter. Next week's video is going to be a few days late and probably won't show up until about Monday. And as far as that video goes, what I'm going to be covering in that video, there aren't that many things that are announced for next week yet. The ones that I know of that will probably make next week's video are Mythic Mischief Volume 2 and a game called Rivals. But other than that, I don't know, and you'll have to just come back in a week plus time and find out with me. One last thing, the best way to support this channel at this point in time is still to like and subscribe. I will be launching more types of content later in the year. I will also be launching a Patreon so that people who want to help support the channel more can do that, and they'll get little perks like helping me choose which teach and review videos I'll be producing that month, which games I'll be live streaming, things like that. But until that happens, the best way to support the channel still is to like and subscribe, and that way you'll help me keep growing the channel, and it'll be in a better place when that other kind of content gets added later in the year. The first of our 9 campaigns we're going to be looking at today is for a game called Hybris Disordered Cosmos Rivalry. And this is actually an expansion to a game that has already existed. The base game is just being delivered right now. It's a heavy worker placement game. People are just receiving it as I'm recording this. Here is the entry for the base game over on Board Game Geek. We can see it's got an 8.7. It's a pretty high score, and there are more than 100 votes there, so it doesn't feel like a score that's really benefiting, from just a small number of votes like the designer and the publisher and the testers and stuff like that. So I think this is actually a legit score, and this game is it's very well rated. If we look over here at the complexity, we can see that right now this is getting a 4.17, which is a heavy game. Usually I call anything that is a 3.33 or above a heavy game. So we definitely have a heavy worker placement game on our hands here, and it's pretty well rated as of right now. One thing to take note of, though, is that the designer here, Damien Chavot, and the publisher, Aurora Game Studio, this is the first time that they are doing this. So there is more risk involved inherently with this, although because they already have delivered the base game, it's not quite the first time. They have 1 completed campaign just as of now. But this is also going to be a reprint and an expansion, so it's not like they're doing too many new things. They're just refining on what they've done before and offering some more content. Delivery seems to be going well now. There were some hiccups, there were some delays. Fun Again was originally supposed to deliver their original campaign, and Fun Again is no longer in business. So their original campaign had some hiccups along the way, including the dissolution of their intended distributor. But they seem to have rebounded pretty well, and they've got this new campaign that is launching right now. So what we're going to do is we'll take a look at this video together. It's about 2 minutes, and then we'll go over the 3 pledges that are available through this new campaign here on Gamefound, and we will also take a look at add-ons. There are a bunch of add-ons available with this campaign, not all of them offered through the pledges. Before we do that, though, let's take note of the fact that this had a funding goal of $16,000. They are currently at $94,000, so this is pretty well funded. This campaign launched on August the 31st, and it is set to end on September the 14th. All right, let's check out this video, and then we will take a look at those pledges. Okay, so we have 3 different pledges to check out. The first of these, where are they listed? Here we go. The first of these is the new expansion just by itself. It's called Rivalry. It's going to add in a couple new characters for you to play. It says this reward contains the Rivalry expansion for Hybris Disordered Cosmos. And this is $44, and I am going to talk throughout this video about shipping, but I'm just going to mention it once now. I'm talking in terms of continental US dollars. So in past videos, I tend to reiterate that a lot constantly through every pledge, and it takes up time and I'm just repeating myself. So I'm just going to say it once here at the outset. All of these shipping prices that I'm talking about are for the continental United States. So if you're somewhere else, you want to check your own shipping prices. But in the continental US, there's $20 of shipping on this pledge for a total of $64. Now, if you want to get a reprint of the base game, Hybris Disordered Cosmos, the reprint, this pledge is $82, $32 in shipping for a total of $114. Finally, the reprint all-in, so this is the stuff that existed previously. You've got Disordered Cosmos, and you've got these 4 other expansions. So this does not include the new expansion. This is $236. There is $39 of shipping on this for a total of $275. So that is your kind of biggest pledge here, $275. That includes the shipping, but it's not going to include all the add-ons. So if we go down here, we can see that there's a playmat available for $39. There are acrylic standees for $55. There are acrylic tokens for $27. There is the Rivalry expansion down here, which you can get as well, $44. There is this, it's called the Introspection expansion. And this is not something that is offered in any of the pledges. This is a little expansion that will increase the difficulty of the game and kind of lean into the asymmetrics. And this is going for $22. There's a Primordial promo pack for $11. And then we've got the various, the reprint itself, so $83 if you just want to add this on. That is the same price that it's available as a pledge. And then the previous expansions here. Looks like these two, Divine Betrayal and Love and Hate, are $39 each. Cataclysm is $50, and the Apollo expansion is $27. Okay, so if you're wanting to do an all-in, what you probably want to do, if you don't have anything, is do this pledge, the reprint all-in. That will not get you the playmat, though. It won't get you the acrylic standees or the tokens. It also won't get you the new Rivalry expansion, so you'll need to add that on. And the Primordial promo pack. But you will be getting all 5 of these things. So once you take that $275, which was the reprint all-in pledge with the shipping for the continental US, if we add the playmat, both acrylics to that, the Rivalry expansion, the Primordial promo pack, and the Introspection expansion, we are looking at a total of let's see, $472. Now, that's probably not quite the cost, because once you throw in all these add-ons, your shipping will probably go up as well. So I would estimate that if you want to get everything here and you don't have anything, and you do that reprint all in and then add on the things that I just mentioned, once you add on the additional shipping, you'll probably be looking at a total of about $500 continental US. And this new expansion, the reprint, this campaign is planning to deliver in June of 2024. So just about 9 months from the time the campaign is running. Our second campaign of the week takes us to Kickstarter for a game called Rogue Angels. Now, this one launched on September the 4th. And as we can see here, they have a funding goal of $49,000. They've got $70,000 in the coffers right now, so they're funded. And the campaign is scheduled to run until October the 1st. Now, this game is designed by Emil Larson and published by Sun Tzu Games. He has designed and published through that outfit a couple of games in the past, including Burning Suns and Burning Rome, Rome's Nightmare. Each game's a little bit different, though. This one is different from those games. This is a campaign, co-op, or solo game. It's space-themed, and it's going to be using action points. And I'm guesstimating that the complexity of this game will be about medium-heavy. Now, this is a publisher who they haven't had a huge hit. So they've done a few things. They've been around the block a couple times. Hopefully then they know what they're doing. You shouldn't have the same kind of wariness that you would with a first-time designer, first-time publisher. It's not, in that high-risk category. At the same time, they haven't really had a big breakout game yet. So they are still newer to this, and they aren't producing their games yet in a huge volume. They don't have that kind of experience behind them. And there's also no add-ons in this campaign. So this is kind of a simple campaign. We're going to take a look at the video here, and then we'll check out the one pledge. So if this is something that you're interested in, it's very easy. You're just going to pledge that one pledge, and you don't have any add-ons to worry about.
We're at war. No one wants to admit it, but the assembly has failed. You're here because we need a team with extraordinary capabilities. This team must be capable of infiltration. We're in. Extraction.
Target secured.
Assassination.
Where did she go?
Target eliminated.
Escape and evasion.
This will keep them busy, setting off the EMP.
You see, Commander, your team must succeed where diplomacy has failed.
So replayable campaign of 40 plus hours.
The galaxy by any means necessary. But let's get one
with
thing
80 plus story missions.
This isn't about being heroes.
What do we do with the civilians, Commander?
They cannot be trusted. Eliminate them.
You do not exist. You operate outside any jurisdiction.
You have no right to decide their fate. We have to help them.
That is not our mission, human.
I'm your commander. Stand down.
You'll have no backup and no allies.
It's a trap. Fall back.
I'm hit.
There, that should stop the bleeding. Now let's move.
Are you ready to sacrifice everything for the greater good of the galaxy?
Yeah. There's too many of them. We're not all gonna make it.
We're not leaving without you, Commander.
There's no time for debate. Get out of here, soldier. That's an order.
In that case, Commander, your legacy awaits.
Like I said, Commander, I'm not leaving your side.
Neither am I.
Nor I.
Okay, so let's scroll down the page here. I do know that one of the cool things I learned about this from watching various videos is that the behavior of the AI enemies is mutable. It can change, and it can sometimes change within fights. And that seems to be one of the big selling points of this, which I think is pretty cool. So there's a print and play actually pledge. I don't usually pay too much attention to these, but there is that. It seems like a very pared down version of the game, print and play only. So you're not, I'm sure, getting all the content, but maybe like a little kind of smaller version that you can play and test out, and that's a $17 pledge. But the only real pledge here is this one, Rogue Angels, $115, $19 in shipping, so $134 total. And if you're wanting to get this, that's the pledge that you're going to be going for. There's obviously a lot of content here, a lot of story missions, a replayable campaign, and that seems to be one of the other strengths that I'm seeing is just the writing of the campaign. The story behind the campaign is pretty good. I'm just scrolling through, all the content on the left here that you can see it. But this is a one pledge only kind of a thing. So everything that you're seeing, you're getting. There's no add-ons. There's nothing, that you have to think or make a decision about whether you want to add it on or not. You're just either pledging this or you're not. And I don't think personally that I'm going to pledge it. I am really considering pledging the first campaign, the one that we looked at first, Hybris Disordered Cosmos. And this has things about it that I like, but I have so many big narrative storytelling kind of dungeon crawlers that I'm trying to resist getting any more right now. And while this does seem to have a lot of good things about it, it does also seem to be a little bit rough around the edges, and so it's just probably not going to make the cut for me. But I think for a lot of people, there's a lot in here that is worth taking a look at. So that is Rogue Angels. From there we go to the campaign for Barrage New Lands. This one had a September 5th launch date, and that's going to be true of everything that we're talking about from now on. This is also the highest multiplier of the week because they set a $10 funding goal, which seems a little disingenuous to me. But I guess they were going to produce this campaign no matter what happened. But obviously the multiplier from a $10 funding goal to the $76,000 that is currently pledged is huge. It's like 7,639 multiplier. Now, this is an expansion, and it's really just for a couple of new maps for Barrage. So it's not, a big full campaign for a new game. We just looked at a couple of big campaigns. The first of which for Hybris Disordered Chaos, we saw that, or Disordered Cosmos, we saw that if you wanted to go in and get everything, you're looking at about a $500 price tag. And Rogue Angels isn't that expensive, but it's still a full game. It's over $100. This one is really just for 2 new maps for Barrage. Now, if you don't know what Barrage is, it is a heavy worker placement game. It reminds me a lot in its intricacies with the Tal Lacerda games. And Barrage kickstarted several years ago. They've been producing some smaller types of content for it. They've done kind of upgraded wooden wheels, which is kind of a thing in the game. You put some resources on a wheel and spin it, and it's not until they kind of circuit the entire wheel over multiple spins that you'll get those resources back and then be able to use them later. And there were originally some problems with the cardboard wheels, and so they redesigned them and made some wooden wheels. They also have produced some additional maps previously and some other upgraded components and things. But this is a campaign just for really 2 new maps. Now, the original game is co-designed by Tommaso Battista, who went on to design a game called DEI Divide at Impera, and Simone Luciani, who's done a ton of games. He's a very prolific designer. He has worked on Council of Four, Darwin's Journey, Gollum, Grand Austria Hotel, Lorenzo il Magnifico, Marco Polo 2, Newton, Toledum, The Voyages of Marco Polo, and Zulkan the Mayan Calendar. However, everything that he's designed, he's co-designed with other people. So I guess he likes to design with other people. He doesn't have any solo designs in that group. There are 2 new maps I've mentioned with this campaign. There is a 2-player dual map, which is something that players of Barrage have been wanting for a while. A map that is exclusively a 2-player map. Barrage has gotten pretty popular in the several years since it delivered, and it's also very popular on Board Game Arena. So if you want to go test out the game, if you want to play it, you don't own it, you can go play it on Board Game Arena. People have been clamoring for a 2-player map. That is now a thing, the 2-player dual map. They've also created a map called the Colorado Connection, set in Colorado, and it features 2 new types of mechanics. to Barrage. There are now going to be bridges that you can build over the dam to be able to move around on the map. Normally this wasn't something you could do, but now you're going to be able to move around on the map using those bridges. And the reason that you're going to want to do that is there are now action spaces on this map. So 2 new kinds of mechanics. So let's take a look at this video. It's about a 3-minute video. Then we'll check out the 3 pledges and the add-ons. There are an amazing number of add-ons because they've kind of opened up their whole Cranio Creations catalog. So you've got a lot of promo packs, component upgrades, additional maps, all kinds of things for a bunch of their other games. And then they've just got their whole inventory available. We'll look through that quickly. I'm not going to go through it and evaluate everything because there's just so much stuff and it's basically everything that they make. But we will take a look at the pledges and then look through these add-ons.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Giuliano Quati, editor at Cranio Creations. Barrage is our most appreciated game, currently ranked 35 on Board Game Geek, winner of the International Gamers Award in 2020. It has sold more than 58,000 copies in 13 languages, and has already 3 expansions that enhance an original and very thematic gameplay. With the success of our last expansion, the Nile Affair, we decided to continue the offer of new maps that include new mechanics. We are happy to present you the Colorado Connection, an expansion that will bring you to the table a new challenge. Furthermore, we have listened to you, Barrage lovers, and to your most frequently asked question. Will you release a map for 2 players? Barrage Duel is our answer. And since we want to give you credit for it, it will be a Kickstarter exclusive. So you will find it here, and only here, with our new special offer.
Hello everybody, I am Simone Luciani. I'm here to give you an overview of the Colorado Connection and Duel, 2 expansions for the award-winning game Barrage that I created with Tommaso Battista, a good friend and an amazing game designer. The Colorado Connection comes with new special map and provides 2 new mechanics strictly connected, the bridges and the productive sites. There are new action spaces on the map with multiple and various effects, but to activate them, you have to reach them through roads and through the bridges you will build on your dams. However, you cannot elevate a dam with a bridge, so this creates a tension between the choice of having bigger dams or activating the action spaces earlier in the game. I really like the Colorado Connection because of its thematic gameplay and endless variability. Barrage Duel is an expansion specifically developed for 2-player games. A special map with fewer basins forces the player to fight for better positions. For an even tighter challenge, a random setup will give some construction spaces an additional cost. In addition, players compete on 3 conditions during the game, different from game to game. You should continually keep an eye on your opponent and, in the meantime, try to advance on tracks. The player who can boost their track scoring can reach very powerful bonuses. For sure, Barrage Duel is the best way to play the game in 2 players. It creates a lot of tension and plot twists.
Our frequent bakers, thank you for your support. It's been a long and challenging journey since our first Barrage campaign in 2018. Thanks to all the bakers who are here for the first time because they, like us, love Barrage. And to those who don't know Barrage yet, give yourself a gift and try it. It's simply amazing. Pledge now and expand your Barrage experience with new, original, and exclusive content.
All right, so let's go down here and take a look at the stuff that you can get, the various pledges. So they have it kind of split out. You can get either one of the maps, and remember that dual map, that's going to be Kickstarter exclusive. So you're not going to be able to get that after this campaign. Okay, if we go down here and we look through the various pledges, the first map that's available is this Colorado Connection map. That's what the pledge is called. It is a $17 pledge. and we're looking at $10 in shipping for a total of $27. If we go down a little bit further, we see the dual map also available for a $17 pledge with shipping $27. And then there is a bundle for both maps together. It's called New Lands. It is $26, again $10 shipping, so you're looking at $36 in total for this pledge. And that's it. That is what you can pledge through this campaign, and in terms of the actual pledges themselves, you're just looking at 2 new maps for Barrage. But if we scroll down here, we're going to take a look at all of the add-ons that are available from their catalog, and it's pretty extensive. Okay, here we go, add-ons. So you've got stuff for Barrage, and I'm obviously not gonna create totals or create lists here for all-ins. There's just too much stuff. And I'm also not going to translate everything into US dollars, so you'll have to do that if there are things that you want. But they've got the Barrage base game, 63 euros, and we can see that everything is a discount from what they would normally be selling it for on their website or the MSRP. You've also got the Leewater Project expansion, 28 euros, and the 5th player expansion for 23. There are some additional player characters. There's Exo A, which is Elon Audia and Gennaro Grasso, for about 5 euros. You've got Exo B, Wu Fang, and Dr. Octavius, also for about 5 euros. And you've got, this is just a standalone here, Exo C, Amir Zahir, and that is for about 3 euros. Then we've got Exo D, also for 3, Franz de Lasse, and Exo E, Angelo Alberti, also about 3 euros. From there we go into some component upgrades. So we've got the Geological Factor, which adds these tiles in the game, 6.5 euros. We've got the Nile Affair, which was an additional map that was produced previously for 12 euros. There's a metal coin set for 20 euros. The 3D map, so there are kind of pieces of foam core underneath this. So you have a map that sits on 3 different levels and kind of thematically represents the different levels that the water is flowing through in these basins. And this is a 20 euro add-on. Here are the wooden wheels I mentioned previously, which are upgrades from the base game's cardboard wheels, 24 euros. There's a wooden organizer for 32 euros and extra machineries. This is kind of what you're using in the game, so you might want extra ones if you're playing lots of games at the higher player counts, about 5 euros. Then we've got a new game of theirs, Anunnaki Dawn of the Gods. I actually pledged this. It has not delivered yet. It will be delivered soon, but these are some extras for that game. So Core Planet playmats, some of these extra tiles, and then a plastic insert. Rats of Wistar, this also is not published yet, but they've got some extras for this one, a guest mice set and an objective card set. The new version of Maharaja with some extras, metal coins, wooden organizer, wooden action disc set, and a Kickstarter kit. Then you've got extras for Gollum. You can get the base game through this. You've got extra book cards, token upgrade kits, promo cards, and more promo cards. You've got stuff for Lorenzo Il Magnifico, the base game, the Pazzi Conspiracy Kickstarter kit, the Pazzi Conspiracy Kickstarter kit in Italian, so this one's English, that one's Italian. It's bonus cards, and all kinds of stuff. Promos, metal coins, a wooden organizer, Leaders Promo 1, Leaders Promo 2, Leaders Promo 3. The Pazzi Conspiracy, this is the basic kit in English. What's the one up here? Oh, this is the Kickstarter kit. So there's more in this one than in this one. And then 2 new houses pack down here. We've got stuff for Newton, the base game, a new board, the Italy Grand Tour, extra city tiles, the Sunset deck, another new board, New Horizon, metal coins, promo cards, Hook and Hawking, and an expansion called Great Deliveries. And then we've got all their other games from their catalog. Broadlines, Murder Party Pocket 1, Murder Party Pocket 2, Masters of a Renaissance, Mystery House base game, expansions for Mystery House, Pick It Up, Wooly, Spam, Ariantis, Pakal, and then more game add-ons. Add-ons for My Shelfie, Broadlines, Pakal, and some Mystery House stuff. And then finally, packets of sleeves. So, and t-shirts, and a mouse pad. and dice sets. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do with add-ons if you're interested in the rest of their catalog, and then some of these other kinds of games, you know, that are more lighter and more party games and aren't really the heavier games that they have these kind of huge add-on packages for. And the new maps for Barrage, as well as whatever else you decide to pledge or order with this campaign, should be delivering in May 2024. I should mention the markdown for everything that we're seeing here. This is a 20% markdown off their site. So if you're someone who's been wanting to buy some of their games or some of their promos and things that are only available at their site, this is a really good place to do it. You're getting a 20% discount on everything. Okay, from there, we're going to Battlecrest Year 2, and this is from Button Shy Games. And this campaign had a funding goal of $2,000. They're currently at $28,000, so they're very well funded, and this campaign is going to run until September the 16th. Now, Button Shy is a company that pretty much exclusively does these 18-card wallet games. This one is being designed by Dustin Dobson and Milan Zukovic, and they've worked together on some other games that Button Shy publishes, most notably a game called Rove. They co-designed that one together, and then Dustin Dobson by himself designed a game called Skulls of Sedlec. Both of those games are published by Button Shy Games. And you may know Button Shy Games just from their three most popular games, which include Circle the Wagons, Sprawlopolis, and Tussie Mussy. So let's take a look at this video. It's a short video, then we'll look at the three pledges. And in general, this game is a medium-light skirmish card game. And the way you're not really cycling through cards like you do in a lot of skirmish games, because there's only 18 cards in the whole game. So you have kind of 5 cards for the various characters, and then you have a map, and you're going to be moving around the map and activating abilities for your character using a combination of the abilities printed on the various cards for the character and action spaces that you can activate on the map. But this game originally, the original Battlecrest came out several years ago, and they've been constantly adding stuff to it. So this is the base game, the Battlecrest Fellwoods base game, came out in 2022. So actually not as long ago as I thought. It has a 7.5 rating on Board Game Geek, and it's got this, still got the placeholder complexity rating of a 3.0, which is medium, but I feel like it just needs more ratings to go one way or the other. And it's for 1 to 4 players, but it's played best with 2. But there's a lot of stuff that is available. In fact, let me do this again. If I type in Battlecrest, let's just do that. You're going to get a list here of all the stuff that they've produced. I mean, there's quite a bit of it, right? So this is a game, even though it's an 18-card game, where you're going to be playing 2 characters fighting against each other and fighting on this map. Once you look at all the other stuff, all the different maps and characters that you can play, the game gets more detailed and kind of offering more gameplay than you might expect from an 18-card game, because they've expanded it so much. But let's take a look at this video, and then we'll check out the pledges. I should mention that the solo cards that they're talking about here are that's new. So in the past, I don't believe you were able to play this solo. So if this is something that you have that you've wanted a solo mode for, you might want to jump onto this. Okay, so let's go down here and look at these pledges. We've got board game of the month club here for $1. We've got some print and play. But the first real pledge here is this Battlecrest Metron base game. And this is going to include, I believe, 2 new characters and a new map. And then if we go down a little bit further, well, these are the same thing, right? So you've got a US and then you've got an international. Button Shy is a US company. So if you're not in the US, you want to pick the international option. Then there's the Battlecrest Metron plus 2 heroes. So that's going to get you 2 additional hero packs. This pledge is $18 plus $5 in shipping for $23. The previous one was a $12 pledge plus $5 in shipping for a total of $17. And you can also pledge this Everything Battlecrest. This is $45 plus $5 in shipping for a total of $50. But I don't think this Everything Battlecrest quite gets you everything. So we're going to take a look at the details in a minute, but first I'm just kind of scrolling past the stuff. So whenever you're playing a character, you're going to get 5 cards for the character, different kind of looks at parts of the character, the head, the arm, the ways that they attack. You've got a card for their life, card for their weapon here. So there are multiple characters that you can get, and they all have 5 cards like this. And then this is the new map available through this campaign. It's 6 different cards. These will be randomly ordered. So the way that you move around the map from card to card and the actions that are in different places, that will move around and be variable from game to game. But as we mentioned, there are a lot of other card packs and characters and maps and things like that as well. This free expansion that they're talking about here is a stretch goal. This is that solo expansion that will allow you to play the game solo, I believe, for the first time. And then they're just showing you like other hero sets, and I believe there's some other maps as well. So yeah, here's the rewards. They're kind of listing them out here, and their shipping is $5 no matter what you're doing. So there are some add-ons. And they also make a note too that if there are other things that you want from their website that aren't available through this campaign, you can use this code 0923backer, go to their website, and this will get you 15% off anything that you want to order through their website. So there are a lot of things that you can do, order that way, and I'm not going to go through their whole catalog. But you can add on the Fellwoods base game here for $12. The expansion collection 1 also for $12. The expansion collection 2 for $12. The Metron base game, so that's what's actually available as the first pledge in this campaign. That's $12. Expansion collection 3, $12. And then you've got these deluxe AI packs. So these are not actually available in the pledges. And these are $2 to $3. There are also some deluxe hero packs that are $3 to $4. And all of those things, the deluxe AI packs and the deluxe hero packs, if you want those, you'll need to add them on. And then the other big thing this campaign are playmats. So they've got some choices in playmats. They're $25 each, but the playmats are only for US customers. So, Button Shy, as a smaller company, they're run out of Jason Tagmeyer's apartment in Brooklyn, and they're getting bigger, but they publish 18-card wallet games. So they are kind of a smaller company with only a couple of employees, and so I understand why now that they're kind of getting into playmats, they're not yet ready to do international shipping with this. And finally, Button Shy is planning on delivering this campaign in February of 2024. That brings us to more Terraforming Mars. This is also on Kickstarter, and this is the most successful campaign of the week, of the video, in terms of just gross dollars. So they had a funding goal of $10,000. They're currently at $672,000, doing quite well, and the campaign is going to run until September the 22nd. Now, Terraforming Mars, it's kind of like Barrage, is a game that's existed for a while already, and mainly with this campaign, we're looking at some new expansion materials. Now, they even mentioned in this that they thought they were done. They had done a big box that delivered, I think, last year that had some building miniatures in it, player mats, just kind of, it was the all-in, everything in one box. And so now they're coming back with some more stuff, and I think they realize people may not be happy about that, but they wanted to design some more things. So what this really boils down to, though, is another Prelude 2, to give you more options of the cards that you're going to be using if you want to kind of jumpstart the game and get into it a little bit quicker. And then there is now an Automa mode designed by David Turksey and Nick Shaw. So this campaign, I don't really think it's too much extra content. I mean, the solo mode, I think, is something that if people want that, they really want that. And they probably won't mind having a little extra box for that. And as far as Prelude 2 goes, I think if people like using Prelude and they use it a lot, they probably want some more variability for that at this point in time. So I'm not too worried personally about either one of these two things kind of being unwelcome in terms of them producing more material for a game that everyone thought was kind of done. Now, it's designed by Jacob Frexelius, published by Stronghold Games, and this is a medium-heavy... God, it's got a lot of things going on in it, but mainly it's a card game, just lots of cards, big engine builder, and if anything, I think it's getting a lot of comparisons these days to Ark Nova, and people who like Ark Nova are comparing Ark Nova very favorably to Terraforming Mars. But similar types of games, just huge engine builders with all of these cards. Now, there's no video here for us to watch. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to go through the pledges, but that's okay because there are a million pledges. And I should mention also there's a promo pack, and that is going to be included in any of the pledges that you pledge. So the first one here is the Scout Expedition. Now, this is a $29 pledge with $12 shipping, a total of $41, and this is really just for Prelude 2, along with the Milestones Awards expansion and the promo pack. If we go down a little bit further, we see the Rover Dispatch pledge. This is $35, $15 in shipping for a total of $50, and that is going to actually back out that Awards and Milestones expansion, but it's going to include the solo Automa. If we go to the Pioneers package, they are now adding back in the Milestones and Achievements expansion. So you're getting kind of all the new stuff here. This is $45 with shipping, $18 in shipping, so $63 total. Now, there is some more new stuff, specifically playmats. And there's 2 bundles of playmats. So this is the first bundle, $49, $22 in shipping, $71 total. And this is going to include the 3 neoprene mats for Tharsis, Hellas, and Elysium. And it also includes a storage box. And of course, the promo pack. If we look at the next pledge, it's called Expansion Outposts. This is $64. This comes with 4 playmats and a storage box, but these are completely different playmats. So in this bundle, you're getting Utopia Planitia, Terra Cimmeria, Vestitus Borealis, and Amazonas Planitia. And also a storage box for that, and of course the promo pack. So this is $64, $25 in shipping for $89 total. Now, if we go to this pledge, I'm sure you can guess what this is. This is the bundle of playmat bundles. So this is going to include all 7 playmats in 2 storage boxes, and yes, you're still getting the promo pack. So this is $109, $30 shipping, $139 total. Now, we've got the Minor Red Planet Magnet. Now, in this pledge, you're not getting the solo mode, but you are getting Prelude 2, you're getting the promo pack, you're getting the achievements and milestones expansion, and you're getting both sets of playmats. So this is $134, $39 in shipping, $188 total. Finally, we've got the big all-in for this, everything that's new. Red Planet Magnet, $149. This adds back in the solo Automa, and that's the only thing that was missing out of the previous pledge. So this one is $149, $39 in shipping for a total of $188. The Minor Planetary Tycoon pledge takes all of that content and adds in sleeves for everything. So this is $201, $44 shipping for a total of $205. And then the final pledge here in this big run of pledges is the Planetary Tycoon. So again, you're getting all that stuff, you're getting the sleeves, but the one thing that's being added in here is a 3D tile pack. And you can see the 3D tiles right here. So if you have the big box version with the 3D tiles and you want the new stuff to be brought in line, you'll want to get the 3D tile pack as well so that you have those 3D tiles for some of the new stuff. So this pledge is $228, $48 in shipping for a total of $276. Now let's scroll past everything here on the left-hand side, all of these neoprene mat packs, all of the various stuff from this campaign, all of these pledges we kind of just outlined, and there's a lot of them. Just scrolling past all of these to get to the add-ons. Because some of the things you might not want to get everything, right? You might just want some of these things that were added onto these enormous pledges. So if you just want Prelude 2 with the promos, this is basically the same thing as the cheapest pledge. This is a $25 add-on if you want more copies of this. The Milestones and Awards is $12. The Solo Automa mode is $27. And then you've got all of your neoprene mats broken out individually, and each one is $25. So if you want a certain mats apart from what's bundled together, you can always piecemeal them, $25 each. The one exception is this Amazonas Planitia, which is a $30 mat. And then here are those 3D tiles. So if you have the big box, if you have the 3D tiles, and you're not going for this huge pledge here, but you do want the tiles, you probably may want to add these on. So that's a $30 add-on. And then we've got some sleeve packs. So sleeve pack for just Prelude 2, $12. The sleeve pack for just the Automa, $12. Seasonal promos from 2021, 2022, and 2023, $10 each. These are things that are not included in any of those pledges. So if you want the seasonal promos, you should add them on. If you want domes for the big box, you can add those on for $15. And then you've got sleeves for, just kind of everything in the base game. You've got $50 for just a huge pack of sleeves. And then finally, Stronghold Games is planning on delivering this in July of 2024. That takes us back to Gamefound for the Isofarian Guard's second printing. Now, this one had a funding goal of $54,000. They're currently at $347,000. And this campaign will run until September the 29th. This was a huge, ambitious, I don't really want to call it a dungeon crawler, it's sort of a dungeon crawler, more a narrative exploration game. And it's a co-op that can be played either solo or with 2 players, but it only plays up to 2 players. But it's one of the more ambitious, well-received games, I think, of the last year or two. And unfortunately, it was just this giant project that was being launched during the pandemic, and they managed to deliver it. I think they may have taken a hit personally to get that done, like a lot of companies did. So this is kind of their victory lap, where they're doing a second printing and probably trying to make back some money on this project. But I backed it the first time around. I have the game. I'm very excited to play it, and I probably will back this for the upgrade pack. So I'm trying to communicate that there is a lot of hype and positivity behind this. So if you don't know about the Isofarian Guard, but you like dungeon crawlers and campaign games, give this one a close look. So we're going to take a look at the video here, and then we will look more closely at the 4 different pledges and some add-ons. I should also mention that in addition to the whole co-op narrative thing, it's a bag builder, and it's gotten a lot of positive feedback for its bag building mechanics. Okay. 4 pledges. Okay, so the first of these, $180, full game pledge, $50 of shipping, and $230 total. I should mention, they state that anything that includes the game, the full game, is going to be $50 in shipping. Anything that does not include the full game is $10 in shipping. So it's just flat, at least for continental US. There's also a pledge here for the full game with the foreteller audio narration. This is $250 once you throw the shipping in. And then there's the gameplay bundle. This is $290 with shipping. And this basically just includes the neoprene playmat in addition to the full game and the foreteller narration. The final pledge here, $275. $325 with shipping, and that's going to throw in some of these extras. So you've got sleeves from Sleeve Kings, you've got a limited edition promo foil cards, and limited edition promo purple chip bag. So those are your various pledges, but if you're someone like me and you backed it the first time around, you might just want to pick up things that you need as add-ons. So they've got the neoprene playmat here for $40. They've got the narration for $22. They've got your Sleeve Kings bundle for $35. Those limited edition foil cards are $12. The limited edition promo purple chip bag are $5. And then here's what you may want as a returning backer. There is an update pack and an update pack sleeve bundle. So this basically includes everything that's been tweaked a little bit since the previous version came out. It is $39, and shipping is not supposed to include $10 on this. So it would just be $49 for this. And then there's also this sleeve pack here. So this is, $5. So if you're getting both of these, probably about $54, and that's something that I probably will be doing myself. And then finally, Sky Kingdom Games is planning on delivering this new campaign for the Isofarian Guard in June of 2024. From there, we go back to Kickstarter for Ivion Season 3 Crossroads. Now, this game, it's kind of a series of games. They've been producing this for a while, the original game and the packs. I think if we go over here, it's kind of like Battlecrest. If we look up Ivion, you're going to see a lot of stuff, a lot of different packs for it. But the original game, Ivion, the hero crafting card game, came out in 2018. It's got a 7.9 on Board Game Geek, which is pretty good. And it's a 2.67 complexity, so that's just into the medium-heavy range. But this game, the series of games, is co-designed by Eileen Hall and Aaron Shaw, published by Luminary Games, and they haven't really done anything except Ivion, but because they did the base game and a ton of expansions, they have fulfilled several Kickstarters already. They have done crowdfunding before. They just haven't done anything other than Ivion, but they've done quite a bit of Ivion. So what else can I tell you? It is a medium-heavy game, a deck builder fighter with action points. We're going to take a look at this video here, and then we're going to go over the 3 pledges that you can pledge, as well as a lot of add-ons. But the add-ons, if you were to scroll down this page, are not actually listed on the page. The only way that you'll see the add-ons is if you go click on the various pledges and click on details. It'll give you more items that you can add on. So let's watch this video, and then we'll go and explore that.
Ellsworth. This is my story. No, come on, Ellsworth. Don't make it about you. Remember, use your alias. Let's take it from the top, bud. Thank you.
Oh, yes, of course.
My name is Sparrow. This is the story of my land, my people, and the nobility that exploit them for their own gain. I will topple the Baronry with an arrow so perfect, so beautiful.
Focusing on the arrows again.
Ugh. You're right. Scratch that. First, I will stop those dastardly brigands and ruffians from waylaying our people on the roads. They've been emboldened by the lawlessness that swept the land. It's time we take up our bows and put an end to their skullduggery. Next, I will save us from the executioners. Those bagheads have started hunting down us common folk because the Baron pays them to silence any who'd speak. And they're getting away with it too. Finally, I'll go down as the greatest archer.
Maybe so, but
Sorry, it's just so fun. I will bring the Baron to justice once and for all. I don't care if I have to breach this very castle to end his tyranny. Once he's been dethroned, things can finally return to normal. The kingdom might feel like home again.
Yes.
I can't let my people suffer any longer. It's time to take action. It's time to take back the Crossroads. Being this dashing isn't easy.
What if you added a zinger at the end? Maybe it'll become your new catchphrase.
Oh, okay. Are you willing to pledge to save the Crossroads? Your answer will point my arrow either at your foe or your heart. That was pretty good, right?
It's a little, intense.
Okay, so I'm actually really impressed by what I'm seeing here. It reminds me a bit of something like Summoner Wars with the board and the way it's kind of a head-to-head battle between two characters. But there's different things happening in the way that the board works and some of the additional mechanics. And I like how, even though sometimes the board, is just kind of like a grid, there's other kind of maps going on in that board. I'm liking some of the additional mechanics that I'm seeing. I'm very impressed by this. I don't think I'm going to back this myself. It's just a case of too many games out there. And I still need to get to the table my copy of Summoner Wars, the recent, reprinting that they did, as well as Ashes Rise of the Phoenixborn. Those are two other, card battlers. But I'm really intrigued by this. I think this looks pretty cool. So let's just ignore the farmhand $1 pledge. The other pledges, the main pledges we've got here are the Clash Pack for $39. And obviously a lot of these packs include, a character or a couple characters or, dual packs, things like that. So there's 3 new packs, and they're kind of dual packs. And so if you do the Clash Pack, you are essentially going to pick one of the 3. So $39 for this pledge, $19 in shipping, $58 total. If we go down to the season pass, you're getting all 3 packs together. So it's a bundle of all 3 that you would be choosing among in the Clash Pack. And you're obviously getting some savings. So, this is almost $40 for one, but instead of paying, $120 or $117, you're getting some savings on this. So the season pass is $99, $27 in shipping for a total of $126, and this will give you all 3 of the new Season 3 dual packs. And then we've got the Kingswood Traveler. This is a $199 pledge, $32 of shipping for a total of $231, and that is going to add on to that season pass acrylic tokens, a playmat, a sleeve crate, and a season box. And I can scroll through some of the content over here on the left for you to just get a look at it. Now, I really like what they're doing here with the board and, the little kind of character trackers on the side, and just the way that this actually looks like, unlike something like Summoner Wars where you're just using a mat and putting cards down on it. I like the way that there is, kind of buildings and an actual map here on the map. But let's go down a little bit further. We can see some more of the assets in the artwork and stuff here on the left side of the page. Various classes, miniatures, your heroes. And I would say if this is something you're really interested in, but you don't want to completely break the bank, go for the Kingswood Traveler pledge here. And, it's kind of the all-in for the Season 3. I think it's probably a good starting point. But we are going to look at more things, more add-ons. Here they're kind of breaking out the different packs. So you've got 3 new packs here. These are, when you do a clash, you're going to be choosing one of these 3. So you've got Falcon and the Snake. And then you've got the Bear and the Badger. And each one of these, on its own would be fine if you just want to get one pack. Noose and the Goose. And they're each $39 individually. Then you've got that season pass with everything. And then this ultimate pledge here. And they're giving you a look at the storage for this. And I like these playmat battlefields. I just really do. Okay. But this is only the Season 3 stuff, right? So if you go down here and you click on Details, and you look at the pledge, they're going to show you everything that's included in this pledge, which I already mentioned all these things. But there are also all of these add-ons. So there's a lucky coin for $5. I'm not going to include this as just a little aesthetic thing, but I'm going to make note of everything here that's not included in the season pass. So Trait Pack 1, $12. Trait Pack 2, $12. Acrylic tokens for Season 1, $15. Sleeve Pack, so this is just something you get if you want more sleeves. Acrylic tokens for Season 2, $15. Acrylic tokens for Season 3, $15. Acrylic tokens for the core, $19. The Battlefield playmat, which does come in Falcon and the Snake, this is $25. The Season 2 playmat and the Season 1 playmat, $25 each. A season box, if you just want to get an extra season box to put everything in. Then you've got this Clash Pack from Season 1, $39. Clash Pack from Season 2, $39. A sleeve crate, which is even more sleeves. And then you've got the Season Pass for Season 1, $99. This is kind of everything that was from Season 1. A Season Pass from Season 2, that's everything that was in Season 2, also $99. And then Ivion Winterstorm. Now, a little bit of a note about this one. It is $99, but they will tell you here, caution, cards are in an outdated format, so you really need to sleeve them so they'll fit in with the newer cards, but also they are planning on redoing Ivion Winterstorm in the future. So you might want to wait for them to redo it and bring it current with the rest of their content. But if I add up all of the things here that are not like, the sleeve pack or an additional season box or sleeve crate or Ivion Winterstorm, but if I add up everything else, I don't think I included the lucky coin either. But if I add up everything else and I throw it into that $231 pledge for the Kingswood Traveler, the all-in, you would have $399 of add-ons. So your total pledge then would come to $630, although I believe at that level with all of those add-ons there will be additional shipping. But just to let you know, if you do want to go deep all in and get everything, including the stuff from previous seasons, you're going to be looking at maybe $650, so it's no small thing. But if you're just wanting to do less of an all-in, maybe think about doing the Kingswood Traveler. And if you're wanting to even do less, just grab any one of the 3 packs. They should all work pretty well. But I really would like to play this at some point. I'm very curious about it. Okay, from there we go to the last Kickstarter campaign of the video for Railways of the Lost Atlas. Now this is a co-design between Kevin Delger and Jacob Schott, and it's being published by their company Asterisk Games, and this is first-time designer, first-time publisher, first time doing crowdfunding. Now, I'm impressed by this, and it's an 18xx game, and those are hard to find, and I think ones that are well-produced are especially hard to find. So there are a lot of those games out there, but they serve a very niche audience, so a lot of the time there's not a huge amount of production level behind them. But I'm impressed by what I'm seeing in this one. So I thought I would share it with you. And the campaign here is going to run until September the 28th. Now, this is a heavy game. It is a 5-hour game to play this, but they do have micro game elements that will play in like an hour. So if you want to explore this campaign a little bit more, take a deeper look at the game, you can go over to the page here, and they do have several videos of the micro games, so you can take a look at those if you're interested in what a shorter game than a full 5-hour game would be like. But this is much like the campaign that we looked at earlier for Rogue Angels, where if this is something that you want, there's only one pledge, no add-ons, so this is going to be a very simple decision-making process for this one. We'll watch this very short video, and then we'll take a look at the single pledge available for this campaign.
Welcome to Railways of the Lost Atlas, an economic strategy game for 2 to 5 players. Embark on an exciting journey where every game unfolds on a unique map of your creation. As a railroad mogul, you'll deploy capital to launch companies, build infrastructure, and run powerful corporations. The game begins with players building a one-of-a-kind playing field using randomized map tiles, ensuring endless possibilities and strategic opportunities. Railways of the Lost Atlas combines classic mechanics with innovative twists, making it accessible to both veterans and newcomers alike. Strategic planning, adaptability, and smart investments are key to success. Mix and match variant modes, or start with a micro game to get a quick grasp of the core mechanics. Rewards await those who create intricate routes, assemble advantageous mergers, and outmaneuver opponents. Whether you're a seasoned player or a novice, Railways of the Lost Atlas invites you on an unforgettable journey of creation, competition, and discovery. Back Railways of the Lost Atlas today and secure your copy of this innovative game.
All right, so if this is something that you want, your single pledge here you're going to be looking at is one copy, $70. And there's $22 in shipping on this, so that is $92 total. And this campaign is planning to deliver in July of 2024. There are some other pledge levels, but they're just for multiple copies of the game. So you've got a pledge here for 2 copies. You've got a brick and mortar pack. You've got a 5-pack if you want to get 5 copies of the game. And then there were some early bird discounts. But that's it. It's pretty simple. And I did want to say one thing. I'm just kind of scrolling past this really quickly to look at things. Maybe a little bit too fast, but... well. Yeah, here, let's see. There's a lot of videos, right? So there's an extended play video. There's some plays of the micro games. And I believe there are also some videos of the longer game. And I've seen fans of 18XX saying very positive things about this. I've only backed one 18XX game, and it's basically delivering soon. It's called Shikoku, I think 1947. So I'm probably going to get my feet wet with that one before I back another 18XX game, but I'm really interested and intrigued by this game. And I would like to make quick note of the fact that they have a funding goal here of $50,000 that they have not met yet. So they're at $43,000 right now. But as I say quite often, usually campaigns will do about 2/3 of their business in the first 48 hours and 1/3 of their business in the last 24 hours. So they are almost to this funding goal, and I think they will do far more than they need in the last 24 hours alone. So I wouldn't worry about this not funding. I believe that this will fund. Okay, and that brings us to our final campaign of the week and of the video. It is for this game called Unreliable Wizard, published by Salt and Pepper. And every time I say that, in my mind, I have Patrick Stewart saying Salt and Pepper, because he introduced them once on Saturday Night Live, although a different Salt and Pepper. But this is by the game publisher Salt and Pepper. The game's called Unreliable Wizard. This is a game that's already existed. It's by a Japanese designer named Kamibayashi, and this is a solo card game. So it had been published by a Japanese publisher previously. It's now being published by Salt and Pepper and brought to the West. And Salt and Pepper has done a few games. They have published a few things. You may not have heard of them, but they have published Resist, The Hunt, and Witchcraft. And I've followed some of those campaigns very closely and almost backed some of those campaigns. And I do have a fair amount of trust in Salt and Pepper. So I don't think you should worry too much about backing this one. I had a funding goal of $5,400. They're at about $36,000, so they are well funded. And this campaign is going to run until October the 4th, so it has almost a month still to go. We are going to watch this very, very quick video, and then we'll take a look at the 3 pledges available. So that was very truncated and fast, but that was a little look at it. And here's the game here. Let's see if we can get a closer look at some of the components. I really like what they've done with the graphic design and the UI for this game. I mean, I think that's something that we really look for in highly polished games by notable publishers. And then when you see indie games, I'm always really impressed when someone goes off in a little bit of their own direction and does their type of graphic design or UI, and it's a little different from what we see out there, but impeccably polished and just really well put together. And I think this is one of those. So that's a look at kind of the components. And that's kind of how the map looks when you're playing the game. So if we want to take a look at the pledges here, you can pledge for the base game for $16, $8 in shipping, so $25 total. If you want to get just the expansion, it is $11. Again, about $8 in shipping for a $19 total. And then finally, you've got both bundled together, Unreliable Wizard plus the expansion, $24, $8 in shipping, total of about $32. And they are planning on delivering this in March of 2024. So yeah, if you want to support like a fledgling Japanese developer who's doing something pretty unique with their own kind of sensibility to it, I think this is well deserving of your attention and your possible money and backing. So that wraps the video for this week. Thanks very much for joining me. Let me know in the comments below if anything that I profiled this week was something that you were unaware of and yet you are very interested in. And conversely, let me know if there's something that I didn't include that you think I should have. I know one campaign that I purposely did not include is the new Grey Fox Games campaign for 2 different Midgard games. The campaign just really wasn't doing it for me. I didn't think it was that well put together, and I didn't really like the look of the games. And so I don't always include everything. And there may be some other notable games that I didn't include today. But I really try to hone in and find the best of the lot, both in terms of games by bigger publishers and also some smaller indie finds. I try to find some kind of indie designers and people who need help and some backing to kind of get to that next level. And I try to really find the designers that I think deserve your possible backing and attention. So the next video that I'll be producing, I'm going to be doing after I get back from a trip to the East Coast, which means it'll go up a few days late, probably after next weekend. So don't worry if you don't see it on Friday, just come back and look for it after the weekend. And because I'm recording this on the earlier side, I have less of an idea what's going to be launching next week and what may be included in that video. But I know that I will probably be including Mythic Mischief Volume 2 and possibly a game called Rivals. And from there, you'll just have to tune in to see what's going to be included. Let me know what you're playing this week while I'm traveling. I am going to be hopefully teaching my parents to play Azul and my dad to play Watergate, and we may be playing some Dixit with family. So nothing too involved or crunchy, but hopefully we'll be able to get a little bit of game playing in while we're gone. But I'd be very curious to hear what you're going to be playing in this next week or two while I'm away. Until the next time, take care. Have a great week and play lots of great games, and I'll see you very soon.